You know the government is not for the people when you have things like this happening. Poor brother didn't say anything, when he was exercising his free speech. He was not in any way causing harm or inciting violence or, defaming the honorable member. All he ever did was stating a simple fact that the honorable member was also the SOE minister in the past government. So why is he pointing fingers at the past government? Because that is obviously hypocritical, right? So one and law and broke him that they are putting him behind bars now. Guys, the line between free speech and what isn't is becoming increasingly blurry daily. And that is due to the broad laws they have passed. The counter-terrorist bill, offline control, had us on a chokehold. Now we don't know if we want to go and do a peaceful protest, we could be deemed as domestic terrorists, guys. You know what one contextualized provision or clause inside of these laws. I'm kidding not talk. Well, for example, counter-terrorist bill, people, you guys can protest and police will escort, and there's a boundary designated pathway you will follow in your protest. Go come up, blah, people go lodging complaints, blah, blah, blah. No, you blah come back in. And whoever walks outside of that boundary and designated path should be dealt with according to the counter-terrorist bill. Things like that to make it clear so, we know the drill. But no, I don't just talk. The bill is there now. So think would know something. So now we fall. That's why Governor Allen Bird debate in the parliament. This la bill too broad if public union. So also Sumatin uni students number the protest and hard because now we are uncertain whether we will be called domestic terrorists or not according to that new counterterrorism act. On top of this, that is offline control, guys. Offline suppression of free speech. So if the good police commissioner or prime minister can come out and clarify, are we still allowed to do peaceful protests or it's like outright completely banned now? Because people are how far our rights take us in this day and age of Papua New Guinea. Next, online control, digital control. It started with the cybercrime laws, and just as the counter-terrorist bill, the cybercrime laws are broad in a sense that now you don't know if you're committing cybercrime. According to this recent case come up now. If you go and look at the comment section, Facebook post, Mario, some other things about women, especially sexualizing them, comment them are bugger up straight. So if you're going to arrest this one guy just for, criticizing a leader who holds public office and is paid by public money, therefore is subject to public scrutiny, if you arrest him, you might as well arrest the entire 90 or 80% of the disgusting Facebook comment sections or lines of comment lab. You must arrest him, all right? And on top of that, please arrest him and prosecute him or corrupt politicians to steal him millions. People looking plenty bribe him election stuff, rig him elections, plenty making land grabbing. One time I prosecute him. You play active threat to prosecute him all ordinary citizens. I hope you have the balls to do the same for your countrymen. Anyway, for your countrymen, sorry, politicians. Anyways, so on top of this broad cybercrime laws, mind you, cybercrime, I support it because we have so much, stupid, nonsense, degenerative content online, commentators too. So we need those laws to protect our women and children, fraudulent activities like Faith G investment now about Golden Sun. Government, what have you done with the cybercrime laws to arrest these people? Let's get millions, thousands of people who Papua New Guinea in East Nippon looking video. These are fraudulent activities. They also Ponzi schemes. But you plan even arrest him or make him one plug in one melody this lato. So how you look it up people like arrest him or citizens law using free speech law stuff when they obviously didn't defame a leader or inciting violence or any possible harm to warrant that arrest. But anyways, on top of this cybercrime broad laws, we have this new social media regulation policy that is coming up. On top of that, the digital ID. So your social media logins, according to the digital ID reform that is going to come, all the data and all the data will be centralized in a one database system where the monitoring mogada one and movements online activities so now you will have something like a social credit score to determine whether you are a good citizen or not. And that will also determine the benefits you get from the government or just simply existing in Papua New Guinea. Take a moment, watch this video about digital ID in the UK come up stuff.
I will go to prison if it means I won't have a digital ID. I refuse to be tracked and monitored and surveilled. I outright refuse it. This is the tipping point for our country between freedom and mass authoritarianism. If you don't know, digital IDs is where all of your information is going to be centralised on one database, that any future government that either you agree or disagree with is going to have access to your information. The UK, specifically England, is known for something called freedom, autonomy, the ability to not have the state look into our lives all the time. But we're in a position now where that boundary is being crossed. It's not about being left-wing or right-wing. We're talking about inalienable rights. No way does anybody on this tube trust our government or any future government. So why on earth would you trust them to have access to all of your data? I certainly won't. We are meant to be a free country. I'll give you a leaflet, sir. We are meant to be in a position of having liberty, but we don't anymore. We are more surveilled in this country than any other country in Europe. That is outrageous. Thank you, madam. I appreciate it. I know this sounds annoying, and I know you probably don't want to listen to me, but lots of people are taking leaflets and they're doing it for a reason. They're taking a leaflet because they know something's wrong. They know something is attacking their freedom and they don't have the answer as to what that is. I knew digital IDs were coming in 2020 when they unlawfully locked us down and they brought in vaccine mandates and they introduced a papers please society. Winston Churchill abolished national ID cards for good reason. We don't believe in a papers please culture in this country. We believe in autonomy. We believe in freedom. We believe in the right to privacy. The state is now directly influencing and infiltrating our lives and our privacy, and I, for one, am absolutely sick of it.
You've seen the video, so make your own judgment. I've been speaking up on these things. The reason why I started doing these videos is because I see that we are heading into uncharted territory, dangerous territory right now. So if we're not careful, na you play things I'm funny, na you blogger young man Mary, you go making TikTok, na dance, na comedy, na make a long stuff. But you play regret. Honestly. So no can lie, me play one trying to talk this issues na bring them to light. If you have more than 1,000 followers on Facebook, TikTok, one not that you should be doing this kind of content every day, but at least repost him all na, share him, comment on that lol, be an active participant in the little ways that we are trying to create some ripple effects that could possibly lead to better reforms for our country. Yeah, social media is powerful. Look what Nepal did with using social media. They overthrew their government within 4 days and re-elected their first ever female prime minister or president in on Discord. I'm not saying we should be doing the same thing, but that's the power of social media. All right, this is a new generation come up here. I'm got a phone being picking in here. They will all have access to social media. So we as influencers, you know, they watch our content. We have to push out the right message. Not in any way you may pushing propaganda or brainwashing all some stupid thing number, but as long as we present facts and the realities of our nation right now, we may help him, train him, thinking, mold him, shape him, make him become critical thinkers and make informed choices and break away from the traditional norms of baby boomers and older generation where I'm not even serving me kind of big man mentality like member corrupt or not and big man MT says no. Stop him this like and passing. Kaku cult mentality must stop. Don't just throw around the word leader like leader. Do you know what a leader is? A leader is not a boss. A leader has servant attitude, meant to serve people. Bosses, no, they dictate. So you can't be going around calling bosses leaders. 70 to 80% of the members in parliament are not leaders. They are bosses, dictators. That's what they are. When come now, you make him corruption penis or sutimano, you know, grape him or sample or so many, you know, corrupt allegations. You plus all what the story penis. But then all come, you may put all the chair na my goodness. You know, part of the problem is us. Mindset blame me backpack pull up. Yeah. I think instead of, you know, brain style play na backpack style us, you plus switch him. Pex kamantana head go down last. That's why you may walk long stuff with kind of mindset. I'm sorry for this harsh language, but honestly, we need to change our mindsets. You may need to stop him kind of something. They are infringing on our basic democratic rights, freedom of movement, freedom of speech, guys. You may not make him something, and when all of it is formalized in parliament, you may let him opposition to solo fight stuff. Mind you, most of the laws, bills, whatever they pass on parliament is done with the supermajority voting. So members government only pick the numbers. So when something will vote, they always outnumber the opposition. You think. I mean, almost all na country now look like selling me out na. wreck this country, bring it to its knees even further than it already is. So anyways, that's my 2 cents on what has transpired recently. Stay informed, guys. Know your rights, and most importantly, be a patriot.